Stranger Things is over, but the virality of Stranger Things is not over yet because the actors are kinda under fire for a couple jokes that were made on SNL. Let me start you with one of these jokes over here from Variety. Finn Wolfhard jokes during his SNL monologue that he first learned what a woman was down there during his time on Stranger Things. The show then cuts to a clip of a howling Demogorgon. So I'm going to show you as little of the show as possible because with things like SNL, I'm not too sure how good they do on copyright, okay? But I will show you the actual clip of the biggest piece of drama out there, okay? So it's a vagina joke. I don't personally think that one's necessarily a big deal because I'm not going to get too deep into it. Most people are very pleased with their experiences viewing something like that, you know what I mean? It's just a joke, the Demogorgon, and you know, there's a joke about them like having teeth sometimes. It's kind of lighthearted, but this is the actual clip where everybody is kind of like really going crazy about. Okay, let me walk you through exactly what this is going on.
How are your sex lives?
Well, as you know, I briefly dated that weird nerdy girl who helped to save the world, and I never talked to her again. And ever since, my series of bad dates has been a never-ending story.
So that's funny, the never-ending story thing, and the fact that everybody was joking around with Susie not being in the show anymore. That's fine.
Well, Max and I start off high and heavy, right? But then, a couple years in, she just lies there like she's back in that coma.
Oh, Lucas, you're bad.
That's the worst part, right? That's the part where everybody's going crazy about. So there's a couple ways that you could take that joke, okay? A lot of people are taking this and running with it, saying it's flat out a grape joke. I understand that. It very well could be. I'm more so taking that as it's a starfish joke. For those of you who don't know what that is when a girl kind of like lies there like he's in a coma and a girl doesn't like actively participate. Either way, it's a little bit of an edgy joke. I truthfully do not know which way the SNL people meant it. I'm more inclined to believe it was a starfish joke, but I'm not denying it, okay?
Mike, your nose.
What?
Do you have powers?
Oh, no. This is from cocaine. New York in the 90s, right?
And then you jump back to a joke that's not even like that bad. So you have two jokes that I really don't think is all that bad. There's one that is a little bit fishy, and of course we're going to open up a little bit more about it. Before I wanted to take a look at what people had to say about this because this is a topic that ended up hitting the Explore page. This was everywhere at the time of recording this video yesterday. So the way that I view this, guys, is it's a joke. It's a joke about fictional characters. And the most important part about this entire thing is why is everybody getting mad at this dude? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the actor's name. Why is everybody getting mad at this dude for saying a joke that wasn't, or very likely was not written by him, was not his idea? He showed up, he got paid to sit down on SNL and make a joke. And for those of you saying that he shouldn't be doing that, I guarantee you, for the amount of money that he probably got, you guys will be sitting down making the exact same grape jokes, okay? I at the end of the day, I think it would be understandable if people were joking around with like an actual case where somebody actually ended up getting taken advantage of, but it might not even have been a grape joke, and these are fictional characters in a story, and obviously this didn't happen. That's the way that I view it. I think that everybody's kind of blown up about nothing in this scenario. So guys, we're going to talk a little bit more about this. I ended up posting this on X over here because it's not just about what I think. I said going to make a video on this. If you have any thoughts, drop them below and I will include some replies. Thank you for your time. If you guys would like to join the conversation, follow me over on X at Clen YouTube. You can find the direct links with the link tree at the top of the description or the direct link to X within the description down below as well. We are going to be taking replies from myself as well as the Explore page because this was a big topic yesterday, guys. Like and subscribe if you have not already. Let's get into it. Someone said it's just a joke. You guys act like Stranger Things actually happened IRL. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. Everybody's looking a little bit too deep into it. At the end of the day, it's just a joke with fictional characters. I really don't think it's that deep, man. I thought it was just a joke about her being a pillow princess. If you mean pillow princess, I think you mean starfish. But that's how I saw it. That's how I saw the joke, and maybe we can get some SNL coming out giving some clarification, not that they necessarily need to. Dub had this to say about it. I think most people aren't realizing the fact that it's SNL. They've been doing sketches and segments like this for decades. So sure, some comments may not land properly, but it really comes down to everyone's humor being different, but again, it's all a joke. Don't take it seriously. That's where I'm at, and I know that I'm bound to get some of the comments saying something to the extent, well, I've been through this, I've been through that, and it's not funny to joke about. And all I can say is, I'm very, very, very sorry that you've been through that. Believe me, I'd be running the world a different way and taking care of people in a specific way about, like, you know, the people who actually end up performing those types of acts. So I'm trying to be a little bit careful for my words on YouTube over here. But jokes are like a completely different story, man. It's especially with like something like Stranger Things, and it might not even have been a great joke. Are people seriously not allowed to joke anymore? The outrage is honestly hilarious. Everyone clutching their pearls in the comments like they've never laughed at anything edgy. I'm sure you're all a blast at parties. Ooh, okay, you know what? Here's the thing. This is where I always get hung up on these types of things. Everyone acts like they never laughed at anything edgy before. And I've always gone on record, guys, and I've been saying the people who are like going above and beyond saying like this type of stuff isn't okay, those are the types of people who always have the biggest and disgusting grape jokes in their closet. They're just trying to overcorrect in case it ever comes out, and they'd be like, but I'm a changed person. Those are the people that you have to worry about more than anybody. Someone said the people complaining are the reasons we don't get any more adult comedies anymore because they're all overly sensitive. It's just how people are brought up nowadays, man. Let's continue on to Caitlin. I just know Gatton Matrazo is sitting in that group chat on mute eating popcorn. He's carrying the entire unproblematic energy of the franchise on his back. I'm assuming that's Dustin. Sorry, guys. I'm not too familiar with actor names over here. But yeah, I haven't really seen anything bad about him. But I haven't seen anything bad about any of them. The only thing that I've been hearing stuff about is the actor that plays Will. But even then, it's not like anything crazy. It's just like... he's finding himself with a little bit of backlash here and there, you know what I mean? Men are very comfortable commenting on women's bodies that are daily taken advantage of, killed, and abused by them. You're not funny. You're a misogynistic piece of crap. This is where I'm talking about people like looking a little bit too deep into it. It'd be one thing if you were talking about, like, let's say Max was a real person and this actually happened to Max, and then the joke was actually, haha, look at me, I'm doing this to Max. Then it would be distasteful. Then it would be. But it might not even be about that. We don't know. Again, I think people are looking way too deep into this situation, man. Blaming an actor for a scriptwriter's choice is like yelling at the waiter because the chef burned the steak. So true, dude. That's where I was coming from this whole time. The context was obvious, but the outrage generates more clicks than media literacy. If we start holding actors liable for every line of dialogue they are paid to deliver, Hollywood is going to be completely empty by next Tuesday. That's very true. That's very, very true, and it's only going to open the door for those of you who don't want AI. It's only going to open the doors more and more for AI to come in and start acting, because there's going to be a lot of actors that aren't going to do it because of some backlash. Not surprised about the backlash for it, just because Stranger Things fan base is awful anyways. Unfortunately, we live in times where you're not allowed to joke, laugh, or be happy if it doesn't align with the small online community's thoughts. That's also very true. I guarantee you, for every one person that is freaking out about this, there's 10 that aren't on social media that would find this absolutely hilarious. Emmanuel said it's very clearly a joke. People nowadays can't even take a joke without getting offended, and I've seen people hate Caleb, the actor who plays Lucas, which is crazy because he didn't write the script, he just acted it. People are just bitches nowadays. Yeah, there are so many actors. Dude, for all we know, Caleb could be disgusted by what he said. Oh, but then he shouldn't have done it. Everybody has a price. I guarantee you he made a lot of money, and I don't blame him for doing that, okay? We would all sit down here and make those jokes as an actor to only get more notoriety, more eyes on you, especially after TV show's done. Everybody would sit down and do it. And before you say, no, I wouldn't, until that check starts floating in front of your face, I guarantee you would, dude. Love that we've reached a point where vagina monster jokes are considered edgy television in 2025. Yeah, that's a good point, eh? I never really thought of it that way, man. We're genuinely devolving as a species because we have 1K people like this, and it's completely wrong. You guys realize this implies he after in her coma, right? It's a joke. It's not funny. Yeah, I didn't think that's how it was. I don't know if SNL ended up speaking out about it or anything, but the thing is, I also understand the people who did take it that way. I don't think it's like, whoa, what an idiot. You know, you saw it as a grape joke? You know, I don't look at it that way. Someone said it was Linda Hamilton. Oh. Oh, wait, but hang on. Is that okay to laugh at? Actually, that one guy, 55, disgusting post. Disgusting post. I can't believe you said something like that, man. 1, he didn't write the joke. 2, it's literally not a grape joke. 3, you people are infantilizing people in their early 20s. 4, if you think that these jokes are disgraceful, then you're probably not mature enough to watch SNL in the first place. 5, grow up. See, but this is exactly what I'm thinking about. He didn't write the joke yet. He was complicit in it and said it. Dumb argument. It's not a dumb argument because everybody would do it. But do you legitimately think he would read that as a grape joke and still say it? Yes, I do, actually. These people are PR trained as hell. He would never go ahead with saying an actual grape joke. It isn't one, so he said it. You know, actually, I never considered that. Their PR might have just flat out told them, like, you know what, that's not okay at all. Or, like, they're PR trained enough, as Fraser said. That's actually a good point. I think the vast majority of people would have said it anyways, to be honest with you. It's SNL, Muffin Man said. It's not on Netflix. It's a side project with the same cast. Actors can grow up. Just because they played kids once doesn't mean they have to stay young and innocent forever. Also, people need to learn this is a joke, and they don't encourage this or really do it. That's the thing. There's a lot of people who are like, oh my god, if you're joking about it, you're normalizing it. No, sick people are going to do it, whether or not you joke about it, whether or not you normalize it, which you're not. It's edgy humor. It's been a thing since the beginning of time. People literally hating on Caleb when that wasn't a grape joke, but a Pillow Princess joke, and her being lazy. And again, I think they meant starfish, right? And her being lazy after being together for a decade. That's it. That's how I took it. It was based on Sex and the City. That I didn't know. He didn't even write the script himself. He loves Lumax and Sadie. This is weird and unreal. I know. I don't really see why everybody's getting so deep into it, but then again, people are always looking for a reason to get pissed off. So if you want to circle over to something a little bit more positive on the Stranger Things side of the internet, then why don't you check out our review for the Stranger Things finale over there. There's some things I like, some things I didn't like. If you'd like to hear my thoughts, I put them all in that video. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Take care, everybody.